Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is Christy here to do your mid-month check-in. This is for all my Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. This is a general mid-month check-in for your sign for March 2018. I hope that you enjoyed your extended monthly forecast. That was available to you at the beginning of the month, and you can look forward to monthly forecasts at the beginning of every month. Thank you to everyone for all of your support and your patience and encouragement. During some of these changes, I went from weekly to monthly and then mid-month check-in readings, and March is our month to experiment with it. So thanks for everyone sticking around, and to all my new viewers, I hope that you are enjoying this new reading pattern. So what does Aquarius need to know in a general sense for any pressing issue or concern mid-month March 2018? At the bottom of the deck for general energy, we have the Three of Pentacles here. This is glorious. This is really just building upon something in a work-related manner, again, in a general sense. So it could be working on a project, working on a volunteer effort. It could be at your job where you earn a paycheck, but something in a practical sense that you're working here towards something with at least one other person, diligently and mindfully, and towards something even bigger, right? So we're dealing with the three here. You're only building 4, 5, 6, 7, until you get to, you're only going up here. So this is actually really beautiful to see for you as a general energy. It's a very positive card. Wow, how curious is this? This is really bizarre. If you have any Capricorn in your chart, you will know, for example, that I just read for Capricorn and they had the exact same cards, but in different positions. So this is very curious. Just want to say off the bat too, if you're a cross watcher, for example, and you are a Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and you're watching your Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, this I would suggest is a double intention. This is probably going to feel super powerful for you. So if you are a Capricorn with any Aquarius in the first 3 planets of your chart, or Aquarius with a Capricorn in the first 3 planets, I would say, check out these readings. They're very closely related right now. In fact, the overall energy for the Capricorn was the messenger of Earth, which is the Knight of Pentacles. So you're dealing with a lot of practical energy here, working towards something diligently here. Even though it may feel a little bit slow or prodding energy, it's committed and it's diligent, and it's the most what do you say, concrete. It's very concrete. So this is lovely. So let's look at what this is saying for you. So in your recent past, of course, we have the King of Air here. This is, I don't mean to repeat myself for those who had watched the Capricorn, but I don't suspect everyone has Capricorn in their chart if you're an Aquarius. So this is really kind of, first of all, let's look at the element is air. This is mind, okay? This is mind, thought, belief systems, psychological states. And of course, the king is like the epitome of that. But it's also the absence of compassion, right? It's saying compassion may have been necessary here for you, or in a situation. It can be considered cold. This could represent you recently as someone who is acting this way, or you could have Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra in your environment as you watch this, or in the week within you watching this, who you feel is giving you sort of cutting information. Now, not always awful, right? Cutting edge information, that's excellent. Cutting through illusions, that's amazing, right? So it's not always negative, but it could involve a little bit of heart, and it could involve, it could be sudden, right? It could be sudden, but it's not necessarily going to bowl you over here, Aquarius, just because you are an air sign. And this is kind of how you tick. Like the element air rules you, or you're ruled by it. So you're actually really comfortable here. So if you're having this conversation with yourself or with someone else, this is probably a pretty, like, you're okay with it. And there's a great element of wisdom involved here as well. So much so that you could be in a position to share it with other people. Great deal of learning and education is advanced learning and education here as well. And it doesn't have to be institutional, right? This is stuff that you are figuring out for yourself. It could be ancestral, it could be spiritual, it could be esoteric, could be studying something you like for the heck of it. It could be, you know, learning a new instrument, whatever is going on here, but something's on the cutting edge, or you're able to see through something because what's unnecessary has been cut away. But remember, this is also the type of energy that can cut someone to ribbons as well. So be careful how you're communicating right now with someone else or with yourself, that you're not cutting yourself to ribbons or cutting someone down to get a point across. That would be the only warning there, I guess, with that card. In your current or present position is the Hanged Man. This is really just sort of being in a state of suspension. So here we're looking at the element of air. So you're mindfully suspended. Maybe you don't want to make a decision right now. Maybe you recognize it's not the right time to. Maybe you don't want to have a conversation with someone right now, even though you have all this information. But because this is potent energy, we have the 2 major arcana. This is nothing that you can control. So, you know, don't overthink it. If you feel like maybe you should put something off for the time being, especially a conversation or even expressing what you've learned right now, put it off. It's not going to ruin anything. You probably still have an opportunity here to accept or to follow through with some of the information or cutting edge knowledge that you have here as well. And again, I just want to mention briefly that Mercury is in retrograde until April 15th as well. Mercury rules communication. So, you know, if you want to keep something close to the cuff right now, or if you want to get more comfortable in your heart space or in an emotional or even practical sense with this new knowledge, you know, take that time. You're not in a hurry. You have the time to do that right now. You're in a little bit of suspension, so you know, you could use that to your advantage. And here with the Tower as your outcome or the future card, you know, something's going to give way to make room for something new. And it's different than the Death card in the sense where death is like a cycle, right? This is more like a theme or a belief system or an ideology. This is like something that you had in mind that was working for you, or that you believed, or that you just didn't have full knowledge about that you do now. It's going to fall apart because it has to. But again, it's only because it's creating space for what is going to work. And it's natural. It's the natural process of this learning. It's the natural process of this development, of this work, as it were. So I think it's actually a really very positive thing that's happening there. And you might even be expecting it. I don't think this is going to, you know, be upsetting or troubling. It'll just be like, oh yeah, no, totally. I need to let go of that, or I needed to watch that fade away, or those illusions fade away, so I can move forward, right? So I can get to 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 in this practical way. So some of your additional message cards are the Soulmates card. This is really glorious. Of course, I always read soulmates can be your best friend. They can be a family member or an animal. But certainly if you are thinking romantically, you might have met or are in the process of meeting and dealing with soulmate energy here. You might even be overthinking it and trying to come to terms with it because it's a whole different world, right? Like this would be looking at, say, cups energy or water energy. This is emotional energy as opposed to pure intellectualism. It could be that the soulmate is intellectually suited to you as well, that you've met your soulmate, or that you're dealing with a soulmate issue right now, where you feel accepted and understood, and you know, you can push away thoughts and ideas that don't work for you anymore. Here with body care for you, Aquarius, we see this from time to time in your readings. So there is an element of taking care of the body right now. Remember, you're really in the mind here. This is where most of your energy is being developed and played with, and the concern is probably in an intellectual or mind area, but body is really important. And we do have a small element here with the pentacles. So it's a nice reminder to take care of the physical self. And if for no other reason, if it has nothing to do with dating, and it doesn't have to, it's just about health and wellness. Here with the hawk, this is lovely to see. This is messenger. So you could be inundated with messages at this time, Aquarius, or you could yourself be the messenger for someone else. Remember, you've gained a lot of wisdom here, or you're coming to terms with gaining a lot of wisdom here and how to disseminate that and having something fall away that doesn't work for you anymore. And here for my couples, children, your love life is being affected by children. This could be a very, very positive thing for you. If you're Aquarius and you're looking forward to having children, they could be coming into your life, or adoptions of children or animals could be around the corner for you. If you are single, you could be dating someone who has a child. You could be the person, a childless person is dating and you yourself have children. Or if you're in the dating process, children is an important prospect for you for developing a relationship. And then for neither of those groups, but for creative projects, we're looking at children being a focus in creative projects. Perhaps they are inspiring to you, or you're going to recall what made you happy and pleasant as a child and maybe do some creative work around that theme. So that is your reading for mid-month. I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you at the beginning of April. Take care.